here at work, and I am trying something new out. I have my iPhone on my GorillaPod, and that way I can kind of have like a little bit of a wider shot while I am shooting these vlogs. And also I'm struggling with making the Snapchat video capture capability lock on a consistent basis, so I can be more hands-free, because I usually just keep my thumb on the recording button while I'm recording these videos. But Snapchat also has like a video lock button while you're recording in order to have more hands-off approach. It is a client's last day at the job today, so we're going to go to a local hibachi place to celebrate her final day and wishing her well. And I drew the short straw on driving today. This place looks pretty cool, although I do have one thing, like low carb rolls, no rice. Rice. Probably rice. Rice. I don't get it. Okay, done with the hibachi. In true Texas fashion, it was below freezing on Monday, and now it is like bright, sunny 70 degrees on Friday. Same week. I don't get it. On the way back into the office from lunch, had a good lunch. I tried to stay as low carb as I could. I think there were a few sauces in there that had some sugar that was snuck in, but that's all right. That's my big meal for the day, I guess. I'll just be a little bit more conservative come dinner time. But all in all, it was a nice gathering of coworkers wishing our soon-to-be former coworker well. And now it's just time to get back to work and finish out the day strong. Heading out from work now, ready for the weekend. Planning to get a lot of stuff done. Hopefully I do. We'll see. Usually those plans change. They have a nasty habit of doing that. But for right now, I'm on my way to go and meet Zach. Where did Zach come from? Anyway, not Zach, Zane, the other Z name that I know. And yeah, gonna go hang out with him for a little while, catch up on some stuff, do some brainstorming. Very excited for that. And I'm just really looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to even have time to grab some dinner, but I'm planning to see if I can just record our conversation, do some more testing with my Shure microphone that I have, and yeah, just see what happens there. I got really good results on the Shure microphone from my recording with my pastor the other week, and so I'm really excited to see how well it performs in a more noisy environment, but with a private conversation between two people. Hopefully we'll be at a corner, and I've never been to this venue before. We're going to a hookah lounge, but yeah, it'll be an interesting test of the microphone's capabilities. Was able to get here a little early, so I guess I'm just going to enjoy a little bit of hookah and reply to a few Instagram hashtags, and also maybe do some work on my Facebook profile, because that needs a little bit of a facelift and tweaking, so to speak. Maybe I should be a little bit closer to the mic, or maybe a little bit louder. I don't know. Don't want to be too loud because of the public environment that I'm in right now. Okay, back from the meetup with Zane, and oh my gosh, my world has kind of been rocked, because, well, I mean, like, starting off, I got to get to the venue a little bit early, and was just sitting around and talked to Zane earlier, and he was going to show up even earlier than we had originally planned, just so he and I can have some one-on-one time, just to catch up a little bit between the both of us. And actually that gave me a chance to test out my microphone that I have for the iPhone, and I'm hoping that I haven't checked it yet, but I'm hoping that I get really good audio quality out of it, because that seems like it's a podcast episode in and of itself. Like, I got to listen to Zane's story about how he went from Cleveland to Seattle to Toronto, then Seattle, then back to Texas, and everything in between. It was just pretty insane. And so and then from there, another friend of ours, Dan, showed up, and a couple of his friends then showed up. And a little bit of backstory, like from when I was talking to Zane, is we got onto the topic of how he's very much an extrovert. I'm very much an introvert. So I was wondering, I was trying to pick his brain, like, how do you advise somebody who is an introvert like myself to go out there in the physical world and, just talk to a random stranger, just approach somebody at a bar or at a hookah bar or wherever and just strike up a conversation, like nobody that you even know. And Zane just went on basically a kind of not tangent, but just some deep knowledge that you never know who you're going to run into, what type of person that is, whether, like who they may turn out to be later. They may very well be the very next person that gives you a lucky break for an upcoming job, or I don't know, that can be your in on some other opportunity that you have later on down in life. So it's just a matter of just putting yourself out there and seeing what happens. Like if they say no or whatever, if they're like, no, don't talk to me, go screw off, like that, then that's that. Then you go on to the next person. But the point was that, hey, just put yourself out there and say hi. And so that brings me up to my next point, where after Dan comes in and we start catching up with him a little bit, a little while later, a couple of Dan's friends come in, and I had no idea who these guys were. Dan had just met them a couple of weeks back. Zane definitely didn't know who they were, but we just struck up a conversation, and we have, and like just through the nature of all of our different backgrounds and our common interests that we have found over the time, like it's already 11 o'clock now, and we started all this around probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. Like we just talked for so long, and we got these huge inspirations and ideas, something that we can probably put together and come together. I mean, we like this feels like a new tight-knit group of friends that I don't know, I'm just feeling like something really different about the connection that we had formed. So I'm looking very much forward to the future meetings and events and whatever we have going on, because like we already have a chat group going now, and we're gonna have lots of planning, lots of excitement for future plans that we have in the DFW area. I'm so excited. It's unfortunately in like the really early planning stages. I can't go into like a lot of details, unfortunately, but I do know that I will be documenting as much as I can along the way, because I feel like this is going to be a fantastic, superb origin story. And unfortunately, it was a little bit too loud in the venue, like that, like kind of turned into kind of a nightclub almost sort of vibe as the night progressed. So I wasn't able to capture any of the audio after a certain time, but I was able to at least capture a few pictures of this group that I'm really excited about now. Like we all left that venue like just pumped about what ideas were just free flowing from all of our heads at the end. Like it felt like we were just feeding off of each other's energy. We had like a solid connection. We all had a solid common cause. And so like it's just crazy, but at least I got a couple of pictures. I'm going to be posting one on Instagram tonight before I go to sleep, just because I just want to document this somehow, some way along some sort of timeline, just so I have a starting point of like, this is when it happened. This is when everything started. And so if you're watching this on YouTube later, I'll have that post linked down below. But for now, I guess I'm going to finish that up and if I can try and get some sleep, because I like tomorrow's Saturday, but I'm gonna wake up probably around my normal time, maybe a little bit later because it's Saturday, but still, I usually wake up earlier in the morning now because that's just what I've conditioned my body for. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out and onto this vlog before going to sleep. So with that, I bid you good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.